The way home. The ultrasound technician said, "Hear that? That is the baby's heartbeat." We'd been trying for years and years to have a baby. I had gone through so many expensive, sometimes painful, and always stressful means of trying to get pregnant. This little heartbeat meant I was 6 weeks pregnant, and the in vitro fertilization actually worked this time. I was more than over the moon. At last, the years of tears and hopes and dreams and trying were not just for nothing. "Come back in 2 weeks," the doctor said. 2 weeks later, I was back having the ultrasound. But I was devastated to learn that this time there was no heartbeat. After many tears, we decided it must not be meant to be. I know, that sounds like we just accepted it, and truly, I tried, but seeing friends and family having children all around me always seemed like a stab in my heart. There was depression, plus there were those sinister, unfounded thoughts that would sneak in and whisper, "You are doing something wrong. You are doing something wrong. This is your fault." Or, "You just aren't worthy." I knew in my heart this was wrong, and I would try to push back and just keep moving forward. And I would pray, "Why, God? Why? Why? Why not me? Why can't I be a mommy?" Eventually, I heard of someone who was adopting through an agency who was able to get a baby in 6 weeks. This was it. We were going to adopt, and soon our little family would be growing and a baby would be in my arms. They called a few weeks later and said they had a match. My hopes and dreams and prayers to be a mommy seemed to be built on this swirl of paperwork, but I didn't care because it meant it was happening at last. Eventually, we were told it was a boy. After weeks of searching, the perfect nursery had begun to come together, complete with a bed given by his grandparents. Even this baby boy's wardrobe began to take shape. I was on cloud 9, and so was my husband. We would sit and dream about our future with him, our little family. My friends were relieved and so excited with me, and I no doubt just glowed with happiness at the shower they gave me. I was going to be the perfect mommy. Finally, I was feeling whole at last. But instead of happy bliss, we ended up having to have a funeral for these dreams. 2 months before the delivery date, they called us. We lost this baby because the birth mother changed her mind and decided to keep him. We were paralyzed with grief. I was so devastated, all I could do was lie in bed and cry literally for weeks. I was too depressed to express my bewilderment with God, but I wondered why He kept saying no to me. What was wrong with me that I couldn't have a chance to be a mother? Months later, we were referred to an attorney who specialized in adoptions. We started the process, but after much deliberation, we decided to tell him we were going to pass on trying to adopt. The pain of disappointment was something we just could not handle again. It was a really tough decision, but we were just not up for the risk. 2 years later, I was cleaning out a chest, and I came across the baby registry from that time period. It stung like it had happened yesterday, but I could not, for some reason, bring myself to throw it away. I stuck it back in the drawer it came from. That night, I was saying my prayers and thinking about how a friend's baby was drawn to me like a magnet during a recent visit. Before I went down that familiar mental path of bitterly questioning God, I felt this unbelievable peace descend on me and cover me like a beautiful veil. I knew at that moment in my heart, without hearing His voice, God was telling me with certainty that I was going to be a mother. My fears and doubts were effortlessly and instantly wiped away. The next day, a friend called me to tell me that the birth mother of her adopted son had contacted her because she was pregnant again. She had wanted to know if her son would like a sibling. My friend had explained to her that they had always wanted to have just one child. The birth mother asked if she knew anyone who would be a good parent to her unborn child. That was why my friend had called me. That was the day that what God had promised me the night before came true. That was the day I found out about my daughter Madeline. So you see, all of those years when I was trying to make something happen so that I could become a mommy, God wasn't saying no. He was saying, no, wait. He knew that I was going to be Madeline's mother, but that she wasn't going to be born for a few years. Now Madeline is in school. She is the beautiful centerpiece of our family. We love her dearly, and she loves us dearly. I'm a great mother to this child that God reserved to live in my heart forever. And recently we were blessed by being able to adopt a son, a baby boy. I love nurturing them. One of the things that I will be making sure they understand is that sometimes when it feels like God is saying no, He is actually saying, no, wait. They are the perfect example of when God gives you a gift of His perfect timing. It is always something worth waiting for in ways that we cannot even understand until it happens. But eventually, He will help you find your way home.